Thank you. This question will be initially answered by the Flotten ticket. Yesterday concluded African American History Month, and the Spectator has recently published a series of articles on privilege in society and on campus. Pick one of the following minorities on campus that I will list. Describe the discrimination they face, and detail what you will do to end that discrimination. The list of minorities is racial minorities including Asian and African Americans, students with disabilities, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgendered students, and religious minorities including Jewish, Muslim, and atheist students.
I feel that it's very important for all students to have an equal say. If that's dealing with racial or religious beliefs or political beliefs or anything that falls under that category. One group I think that's been targeted through the last couple of years with the UWEC administration is the Hmong population on campus. Every year they have a Hmong New Year, and in the previous years they've had more restrictions as to where they can conduct business and who can be there. Dealing in the past years that there could have been gang fights in Eau Claire. But that's not to say that when other organizations have rallies that they don't have to have security or pay for security. And I think it's important for them to have equal representation and have the ability to use the facilities here on campus like every other student.
Thank you. Candidates Wagner and Nielsen.
It's kind of an interesting question for two white Anglo-Saxon males to answer, but I do believe that if you do look back at our track records, especially with myself, we have been working towards improving access for minorities within our UW system. For instance, earlier this year, I co-wrote a resolution on something which is called the REACH program, which would open up in-state tuition to undocumented residents who've been here for about 10 years, have gone, on average, have gone through our high school system, and still are not able to access higher education. Well, that's one way in which we've acted towards, at least I have in the past, acted towards opening up our system to minorities. At the same time, there's also currently a plan for greater accessibility within the UW system, which United Council has been pushing. And as a ticket, we would be willing to work with them to make sure that plan is implemented at the UW request.
Candidates Coyer.
As a member of Mosaic, discrimination is something we talk a lot about and deal a lot with. One area I chose to focus on here is disabilities, physical disabilities. If anyone in the audience could think about how many times a day you take stairs just to get somewhere you're going, I think it's really a sad state of affairs how hard it is for someone with physical disabilities to get around this campus, and I think there's a lot of dramatic changes that should be made. And if no one's going to pay attention to it, Sarah and I would be more than willing to pay attention to it should we get elected to office.